What's good, guys? Let me know if you can hear me right now. But it's good to be back. Hope you all had a good weekend. Let me take a look at the chat, what you guys have been saying. But first things first, I know this mic has some weird audio issues, so let me know if it's all good. Or I can switch on over. Right back on time. Gold. You guys are mainly looking at gold today? Welcome back. Good to be back. What did you guys get up to on the weekend? I'm just reading what you guys said in the chat. Everyone's mainly looking at gold. Please tell me about NQ. All right, we'll look at NQ as well. Today, because we're so high up, we're on all-time highs, right? I still would expect this high to go. I don't believe this is like the high of the day just yet. If I look on the 1 minute time frame, there was a small opening gap that we made this morning or overnight. So I'll have to see. I want to see a push higher on NQ, get back above this high, and then we'll look for a retracement. How am I doing? I'm doing well. How are you doing, bro? View on gold? Well, I'll do you guys a weekly outlook right now, actually. So what I was looking on gold was 4,000. So I think it should reach into 4K this week. Straight off the open, it just pumped to the upside. Got 4K. I'm still looking for it to retrace or trade a bit lower, but I think 4K is easily going to get hit today. You got a banger on EU. Let's take a look at what Euro is doing. I didn't look too much at the forex market today, but we can see. Oh yeah, today my London range provided a very nice setup. You know, we run above the high and then we targeted the low right here. So super clean. If you took that, then very nice. That's on GU. I think Euro gave something. Oh, Euro made the huge SMT, so push to the downside. We did have crazy news come out anyway, so that mainly impacted it. But looking ahead today, if you traded NQ with my model, my approach, you can see we take out the high and then target the low. Low key going into today, I want to see price push lower on NQ, take out some of these lows down here. That would be the easiest kind of opportunity for me. So like all of these lows gotta go. I was looking at GBP, JPY. You gotta move on to futures. Stop looking at forex. Move on into the futures world. You shorted EU. Honestly, the shorts were a lot better on GBP USD once we ran the high, looking for these lows. I watch NQ though today. I want to see it push lower, take out some of these lows first. You don't know about futures? Why? How come? You're watching a future stream right now. So in terms of lot sizing, it depends on the contract, right? Like how many NQ position you're putting on. It's very simple. I mean, with Project X and TradingView as well, you could just put in the dollar amount you want to risk and it'll automatically calculate the lot size that you should be using. It's a lot more friendly than what would I call it? Forex markets, and then obviously you have no spreads and anything like that. Did I? No, I didn't trade today. I was looking at London. Few people in my Discord caught these longs to the upside back above this high right at 3 a.m. We run the high of this range. So if you trade my approach, you know that I have this time-based range where I'm looking for the high to get taken to target the low. Played out very nicely, but I didn't take anything. In my Chrome does not verify Guardian. Try a different browser. It might be a bit different. You're here to understand about futures? Good, good. So mainly the pairs I trade is the NASDAQ. It's the market I like to look at the most. I have registered, and when I open mail, that's weird. Try a different browser. It might be Chrome's being a bit weird. I saw the move in London, but I didn't take it. I know, but it was super clean, you know, with the my model or whatever. My bias for today, I'm mainly looking at this high to get taken and then drop lower. That's what I would look for, but mainly comes down to my time-based range, right? So if the market runs this low, then I'll look for this high. But as the market's at all-time highs, I'm pretty sure it's just going to push on up to the upside. We take the low and then get the high. That's pretty much all I'll be watching for today. And on gold, I would, if you're trading it, I think it still has a bit more run to the upside. 4K should get hit. It's not too far away from it. But as this market's so bullish, I think it just continue to push, and it's Monday only, so makes a bit more sense why it's just chopping around. Let's see. I'm actually looking at something else. I was looking at Gym 40 today. This market's actually pretty good. If you guys don't, if you trade London, you can actually trade it. But here, this is my range. Once it runs low, shift delivery. This is a good long back to this high. Am I trading during news? I mean, most news is tentative this week. So with that, there's really no timestamp on when news is going to come out, you know? Especially with, what do you call it? NFP being delayed and all that stuff. USD CHF. No, we are not looking at CHF pairs. They are the worst. They got to be the worst pairs. You guys got to move on to futures. Stop looking at forex altogether. Only look at the futures world. BTC is on fire. I didn't check it, but I still think it's got more to run. See it on Binance. I know ETH is pushing. ETH green. Yeah, Bitcoin back to 26K. I think it's got even higher to run. ETH will play catch up with Bitcoin, I would assume. NFPs come by big day or loss. I don't think the NFP data has been released. I'm looking at right now. You got a banger on Saturday. Oh, you traded Bitcoin. I didn't even look at it. Silver looks nice though. These highs, I think silver's got enough to run back. The only thing about this market is sometimes it'll chop around, and it'll chop around forever. Pretty much. Like looking for all those highs to get taken. Ah, Gideon, welcome. Bro, I was wondering where you were today. I thought you left me on my own. BTC's also at all-time highs. Yeah, I think it has more running higher. It's not done yet. Yeah, so like most high impact news from the US dollar impact indices. All good, bro. I was wondering. I thought I had to start doing the moderation. No, I would have got Matt in, called him up to do them. What about you guys? You guys are already here. I was waiting for you. NQ to the moon. Yeah, it's actually crazy how high this thing is. Like trading at 25k. It's actually just off to the races. But going into today, run it this low, and then we get the high. That's all I would want. And then if we get the high, then I would assume downsides to play like these lows. Tradeovate. I think Tradeovate's coming soon. Hopefully this month. I'm waiting on Tradeovate to come to Blue Guardian. That's gonna be good. Longed them ever since. Nice. You got the run from this low. Low-key London was a nice little trade. I think Dow Jones is just going to rocket. This thing hasn't been correlating at all with indexes, so I think they're just going to push on up to the upside, or it's going to follow up with them because these highs look good. Like 47,162 should get taken on Dow today. That's what I would assume. Yo, how you doing? You made it to the stream. Instead of playing Black Ops 7 and slacking. What am I looking to trade today? Mainly looking to trade NQ upside to these highs, like something like this would make the most sense to me. And then if it takes out the high, then like a run lower. That's the only thing I would be mostly interested in. Run to the low, to the high, and then drop off. Every other day I love to be selling, but it's Monday, so I mean, there's not much pressure I need to put on to perform on a Monday in a trade. Usually my best trades are always after Wednesday anyway. Like Thursdays and Wednesdays are usually my best days to trade. On the FVG, yeah, like if it runs lower, I'd be looking at, let me see the M15, this gap here. So this gap, it trades into it. This one, it just leaves alone, so it doesn't trade into this gap, leaves it alone, and then pushes to the upside. That's what I would mainly be looking for on this market. Hey, pro trader, how you doing? Hope you're rocking. I'm doing well. Can't complain. I like to confirm trading lockout, and yeah, the trading lockout is good. I mean, if you hit like a weekly or daily target, you can just be done for within there. What's your suggestion as a beginner? How much contracts? If you're a beginner, if you're new to trading, I would just focus mainly on lower size. Do like few micros. Just get the use of executing, and then eventually move on to like one mini. One mini is like what I would recommend for most challenge accounts, especially 50Ks. That's usually the following live from Brazil. Welcome. Very cool. Well, let me see the stock market. I'm still holding Apple. Like, those of you guys that have been in the streams for like since they started, right? Like the month. Been looking for Apple to trade into these highs. It should get these highs taken out. And then the other stock I was looking at was Amazon. I think Amazon still has more upside. So these are just long term for my portfolio. If Amazon dips down to here, I'd be looking for a push up there. So would be pretty nice. What do I think about DMC? I don't even know what DMC is. You're gonna have to tell me what that is, bro. Is it a stock? I can't figure it out. Right, let's see. ES is pushing. ES should push above this high. Dow's already got above that. So as Dow's taking this high, one of these markets should take out this low. That's what I would play. Do I trade copy? Yes, I do. If you trade more contracts than allowed, is it a hard breach? No. So I mean, you just simply can't trade more than the contracts. I believe it won't let you execute on it on the order. Yeah, but to answer your copy trading question, yeah, if you do trade with futures or any futures prop firms, you should be looking into copy trading, trying to maximize your gain as much as possible. What are some of the effective ways to handle trading losses? It depends on the type of loss you took. Like if you're taking a loss and it's with your system, then that's completely fine. But if you're taking losses that's out of your system, then the only way to handle that is taking a step back and understanding that you're doing it wrong rather than just repeating that over and over again. What pairs from the one I would recommend is NQ. I mean, not everyone will like NQ, but it comes down to preference. I love NQ. It's my favorite market. Some people might like Dow Jones. So I'll explain. So those of you that are coming from Forex, let me explain all three of these different markets, right? So the Nasdaq moves the similar to the GBP USD. So NQ is going to be like GU. S&P 500 is going to be like Euro USD. And then YM is going to be like AUD USD. That's pretty much the easiest way I can explain these futures markets. My gold trade went today. Let's get a 1 to 3 and even a 1 to 2 setup. Nice. Doing well. I want to buy limit on German 40. I didn't check German 40. Let me take a look at this market for right now. I looked at it before the London session. It was pretty nice. Yeah, down here, this gap being left open, run back to this high. Pretty clean. I like this market. I don't like NQ too much right now. Ideally, I would want to see run this low and then shoot up back higher. So smooth trade on London. Yeah, it was so nice. Run at the high. Sometimes I can watch this session, sometimes I can't. But like those of you that are new, right, watching this stream, watching how I trade, you see we have these two candles, shifts delivery. As soon as this closes below, for me, this is a short. As soon as on this retracement higher, 50% should hold. And then obviously we traded above my time-based range here. So the only logical area to target is this low. Once the market gets this low, I can be done with it and out of the position. So that's the ideal scenario. Same thing I'm looking for today. But if you were trading on Friday, Friday was even nicer. Were we on stream? Oh yeah, no, Friday wasn't actually that nice. So this is where we were on stream, and it just chopped around, but finally got this high and then took out the low. I can't remember my bias. I think my bias was looking for these lows to get taken, and then a run higher. So obviously ES ran these highs, created a huge SMT, and let NQ drop off lower. So that's why I always say if you trade NQ, don't try and trade all the other three. Just learn how one of them moves. I can use 3 contracts GC on a 50k. Yeah, you can. You can use 3, I think, with gold. I don't really like the looks of gold today, but if I was trading it, these highs look like a pretty nice target. They're just failure swings. I would expect it to get to 4k. It's not too far away. I think a few points. Leading into today. Let's see though. And by the way, we should have a huge overnight gap as well. Like regular trade hours wise, this should be a gap that this market should fill. Also, this is the best when news comes in 5 minutes before and after. I like this because yeah. You believe NQ would go up? I think it's got higher as well, but I don't really like to trade all-time high markets. I'd rather look for it to take this low, like run down, and then this high, and then a run back lower. That's basically what I'd be watching on this market. And then with a regular trading hours gap to be filled, that's basically my favorite setups with this approach. Should I buy a 25k futures account? 25k or 50k. Those are my ones I would recommend you go with. The bigger accounts always look better, but in terms of passing and getting payouts, 50ks and 25ks are always good. And then obviously you can copy trade them as well. So you get the best of both worlds in terms of leverage. Should I buy a 50ks seem the best? Yeah, they are. I like 50ks the most. They are the best ones. What market do I like trading the most? It's gonna have to be indices. I would go with. If you guys do trade forex, I wouldn't really look at them too much. Like any forex markets, I would just only look at futures. I'm in a trade on NQ. Nice. I think NQ should get this high for you, 25 240. But I would like it to run this low first and then rush up to the higher. That's how I'm feeling today. But it is Monday, so don't really need to try and push your edge. Forex is more beginner friendly. I'm gonna have to disagree, to be honest. Like Forex is not, because you're trading with different brokerages that are opening up their spreads. Commission's crazy as well with certain brokerages as well, and it's not regulated. So everything's really against the trader when you think about it and take a step back. The futures market's all regulated. When you take a trade, what is your mindset before and after taking the trade? To be honest, like if I was going to take a short or whatever, like here, I know where I should be entering, where my stop loss is going to be, and like how much I'm risking on that trade. So like if I'm risking, I don't know, $200, I'll risk $200 again on another loss in that same direction, because I'm always either buying or selling. I'm not doing both. So like if this market pushes higher and if I want to sell here, this is where I'll be risking just $100, for example. But if that stops me out, then I'm going to risk another trade here. I'll go for $100 again, just looking for that position, because it might be just a slight paper cut where I'm wrong, but it's going to go in my direction. So I'll get in twice. If both of these trades fail, then I'm just wrong on the day and I can't really do much, right? Then I'll just stop trading at that point. But I know exactly what my risk should be before I take the trade and after. What is the hardest part of being a trader? Probably making decisions. I would go with that one. Would have to say that. Like as much as people say trading is easy, it's actually it gets easier, but it's never going to be 100% easy. Like you're still going to take losses and everything. You're just going to have to be able to manage them for a long period of time and just have something that you can trust day in, day out. Futures are quite easier than Forex. They're a lot easier than Forex. Forex is only for higher time frame, more like long-term trading. If you want to trade intraday, then the Forex market's going to be open to you. What do you think separates a good trader from a great trader? That's actually a really good question. Main thing that comes into mind is leverage, or like how much can you risk per trade, right? Like a good trader can manage risk, can take good trades, like make 5K, 10K. But a great trader can put on like size in the market, right? Like put in 20, 30K risk per trade. That's usually what I would say makes a great trade. And the level of emotions attached with that, it's a different ball game. But yeah, we got a huge regular trade hours gap. I think 50% should get filled. Was looking for the run higher right here, holding 820's opening price. Let's see. Oh, yeah. As we spoke about like at the start, Dow should take this high and just smoke this low. Took it out the fastest out of the three. I think it's holding the SMT, so I would want to see some of these lows get cleared out. Like all the way down here, because this gap's still left open. And that comes out to like 50%. Futures more for scalping. Yeah, like it just depends on the approach you want to take with futures. Like if you want to hit for base hits like 20 to 30 points or 50 points, you're going to do pretty well with futures. All you need is just a strategy that forms more than 50% of the time. All right, looks like Dow's the weakest. What time frame do you personally trust the most? I only look at the M5. I can do like most of my analysis on the M5. I kind of understand it. Like right now, this is my range within this market. Ideally, I think this market has one more rush higher, takes out this high, and then drops off. That's what I would be looking for. But I do want to see some of these lows get taken. So that's basically the bias I hold. Run at this high to drop off lower, take out the rest of these lows. But I think it's just going to go. It's looking like holding the SMT with Dow at the highs. You trade MMXM. Nice. You change your browser and it worked. There you go. Nice work. Nice rejection. Yeah, it held up. This red line represents 820's opening price. Held it up right nicely. See if we want to get into that final low. So many times my setup doesn't form, but I still take the trade because I keep watching the chart. Yeah, honestly, you need to stop watching the charts all day long. Like, you need to have a certain time to even watch the charts, sit in front of them. I only watch them from 9:30 to 10. Held this up. NQ is the weakest off the bat today. Should get this low, but unfortunately today I was looking for this high and then this sell off. Looks like NQ didn't want to play nice with me. Overall, we got the nice little bias, right? What's the biggest difference between a professional and a retail trader? Um, you have someone watching over your back. So, like, if you're a retail trader, no one's really gonna check up on you if you're blowing accounts or losing money. But someone else that's trading at a desk, they're gonna have someone that's watching over them, telling them how much they can risk, how much they can lose, and all of that stuff. So you're really alone when it comes to trading. So you have to hold yourself responsible for the trades you take, the risk you take as well. It's like a whole different ball game, if I was going to be honest. All right, we're nearly at this low. Nearly got 50% right here. I don't know. This whole gap should get filled in. I don't see it being this strong all day. Like all these lows. This low especially, it's just minimum 50%. Would be looking at that. Let's see if ES is staying weak. Yeah, as long as ES is closing below previous lows, staying weak, then we have a little SMT at the highs to push it lower, take out this low right here. Wow, look, Dow's literally just delivered everything so quickly. You see here where Dow just filled in this regular trade now as gap. That's pretty much the play I wanted on NQ to be as strong as possible or weak as possible. Get back into this low. So as Dow is taking it, usually will just cause NQ to play around. I think we need it to candle close. Yeah, I'll be watching this up close though. See where it does going into here. because Dow just ridiculously delivered the whole move. As long as this candle doesn't close bullish, stays weak, or closes below this one, then this low should get gone. Check GC. All right, let's take a look. Oh yeah, it's nearly ready to expand. Let's see what's silver looking like. I didn't check silver. Oh yeah, silver's a lot stronger. Gold closure above. It should get this high. Like these highs just look good on gold to be left. M15 gap. Yeah, this one we were talking about, right? Let's see. Nobody should close within this one. You're back in profit. Nice. Let's go. I'm watching to see what NQ does here. ES is gaining a bit of breathing room. But I'm ashamed right now at Dow Jones. It's just been delivering way too nicely. Someone needs to stop this market. I'll look at it. Good day to trade. It is a good day to trade Dow. That was a nice little run on that. See what ES does, how it closes. But damn, that market was way too weak. Let me see what German 40 is doing. Not the worst of plays. Could have a retracement back below this low. NQ traded into the up close, that OB. So this candle has to close below this previous low with a body. And then it should continue its expansion to this low that we had marked. My bias today, start the stream, I was speaking about taking this high out and then the shorts to the downside. It's currently holding the SMT at these highs. So this run on Dow Jones, that's pretty much what I wanted on NQ. Right, still hasn't closed above. That OB is held up though pretty nicely. So this wicks 50%. If this market wants to trade lower, has to close below 50% of this wick. Great learning curve for us. Yeah. But if you do trade my approach, if you look at Dow Jones, so clean. All right. I want to see this M5 candle close below this wick. Still holding the wick. Whenever you see anything like this, any candle with a wick and a small body, always look for 50% of both of them to be targeted. What is that yellow box on top of the AB? This yellow one, this is just the OB that I was looking at. Now when we traded into it, I was like, if it's bearish, it should hold the OB. All right, so 3 minutes. It should rally on through this. Like, I want to see it die. Why is it being so weak? Oh, ES is dropping. Why is NQ holding back? This is the only thing about NQ. It's holding its power back. I want to see a flush through this low. This would just be the target. 25, 128. The ES was way too weaker today. Insane. Come on. Push it through. Right, this wick's really doing most of the hold up here. Let's go. Hello, hello, how you doing? Okay, there we go. Push on through. See if it gets the low down here. There's ES dropping. All right, there we go. Nearly at the low. There we go. Finally got the low. So there's that low that I was looking at taking out. That's only my target for today, but you guys can see we got the target ran very nicely. I think there's a bit more downside, like down to these lows, but let's see. There's Dow dropping. See if NQ can flush on through these lows as well. All right, push on. Push on through. There's an SMT at the daily highs. Yeah, I wasn't really looking at the high time frame. I was just framing all this on my time-based ranges with the SMT at the highs. Clear chart, bro. Nailed it. Thanks. Hopefully you guys called that. I didn't get in, but I got you guys the little OB mapped out and everything. Great session. Thanks for sharing. Great knowledge. All good, all good. Oh wait, so if it wants to flush anymore, ES has to, it has to close below this low. If not, then that's it. But all right, let's see if ES wants to continue this. Oh, I can't believe Dow though. This market's always gonna be the worst. Oh, that was only my target on NQ. I knew this thing wouldn't play catch up this soon with Dow Jones. I'm surprised ES was the weakest. ES has this opening gap right here. This should get traded into, if not today, later in the day, but this gap should go on this market. But yeah, hopefully you guys caught a bit on NQ. That was my only framework, 25, 128, because it's just looking way too strong compared to Dow. If it's going to remain weak, ES needs to continue being a lot weaker too. From here. All right, let's see if ES clears this low. You see this wick? I'm always looking at wicks as targets for this market, like as points of reversal. I don't really view wicks as targets, always points of reversal. So if this market's bullish, this wick's 50% should hold up. Same thing we were looking at before, right? If this market's bearish, this wick's 50%, we should close below it. So once we take out this low, for me, if this market wants to continue lower, it's basically where I'm looking for a closure below this low. That's why I was only targeting this low. Are you holding trades overnight? No, I'm only looking for like 50-point scalps, to be honest. Like this OB we had gave us 50 points to midpoint. That's all I thought this market had in it today. Mainly because of Dow just being so aggressive. Is Matt going live today? I don't think he is. I think he's live on Tuesday. He's going to be live then. So the only way this market should continue lower is closure below this right now. Yeah, Matt's live on Tuesday. All right, let's see. I can't believe Dow though. If you ever manage to get in on Dow with this understanding of this teaching, you can just hold a runner with this market because when it runs, this market's going to run. You should go live together. Yeah, me and Matt used to go live together. It was pretty fun. But this month, MMXM's coming on for a live stream. So you guys will be able to watch that. All right, looks like everyone caught TP on those shorts. I'm waiting for the whole day for the move and I captured it. There you go. There's where you're waiting paid off. How old am I? I'm 23 in November. It retraced. Yeah, I mean, I was only looking to target 25, 128. After that, I really don't care about this market. But if it wants to trade lower, if you guys are still in shorts, you need to see ES remain weak. Like ES closing below this up close candle. That's what I would be looking at. This OB was the only thing that held my interest for that move lower. Because if it was still bearish, once we ran this low, it should have closed below this. So now the only thing that can support the move lower is a closure back below all of this, if that makes sense. I captured a little move with $500. Nice. There you go. You will be 24 tomorrow? Bro, that's gotta be a lie. Is it actually your birthday tomorrow? If you can provide some, if it's actually your birthday, then we'll give you an account. Then now all of you guys can't say it's your birthday. Like all of a sudden, it's all you guys' birthday. Gold? No, we can watch gold. Oh yeah, I said to you guys, we are looking for these highs to get taken on. The gold, they look way too clean. Almost there. Tomorrow is your birthday. I don't know if I believe that, bro. I turned 30 yesterday. Oh, happy birthday, bro. Am I Mr. Gold on X, bro? Who the hell is Mr. Gold? Bro, you can literally see who's live streaming. Yeah, bro, show me proof and I'll give you an account because it's your birthday tomorrow. Alright, I can't give all of you guys accounts because all your birthdays are coming up. Nah, bro, you ain't gotta do that. I'm joking. Have you tried many ways to trade? The ways that I tried, I was like, none of this is going to work. Bro, guys, do not send your IDs to anyone. Do not do that. If anyone asks your ID, don't send them your ID. Alright, NQ's still not closed below this low. We have like a minute. It has to close below this low if it wants to continue pushing lower. It's a shame NQ was so... Like, I expected this, what Dow's doing, this is what we want from NQ. So... I think it still has a bit more running. It just has to close below this low. But one day you guys are going to see me only trade Dow Jones and you'll be like, why did he switch up? Because I'm going to switch up on Dow Jones, on NQ one day. And it's going to be just to trade all these expansions because what is NQ doing? A lot of respect and love for how long you've been trading. Thanks, man. Buenos dias. I don't know Spanish. I was thinking of something to reply with. What a move. I know, bro. I want to see NQ play catch up, though. Like, it should... I want it to close below some of these lows right now. And just flush through. Gold and US30. Nah. I'm always going to be with NQ. Today I traded before 9:30. What did you trade before 9:30? I didn't really see much at 9:30, but you guys can see this red line that the market reacted off was 8:20, right to the tick right there. W day today. Yeah, to be honest, NQ's lately not been doing much. I want to see it just drop through this low though. ES is pushing still. I can't. ES is nearly into the gap. We should get the gap in. Let's see. ES nearly pushing. Nearly got the lows. NQ slow as a slug right now. Dow will be bullish. I don't know. This downside move was very nice on Dow. You see, just tapped the high of the range. AQ still not moved around. Golden ES for the win. I don't know. I don't know if I'll come over. Alright. At 10 a.m. I want to see NQ drop through this, but 10 a.m. I'm no longer with you guys. But if you all look at the trade for the rest of it, you want to see this candle close below and just run some of these lows out. ES finally took the low. But if you're with me start the stream, I was speaking about gold upside, trading into these highs, should get it. NQ, we were looking at run of this high and then drop off, this low getting taken out, and we spoke about this OB trading into it, taps in, and then drops in. All right, there's Dow though. Very nice. XAU, to be honest, I'm not really looking at gold right now. Bro, if I say whose birthday's today, I bet you everyone's going to say it's my birthday today. All right, let's see if NQ can finally get the close below. But that was pretty much it for today. Those of you that are watching from the start, you kind of got a rundown of my bias and my thought process for the whole of today, right? Looking for gold upside, these highs get taken, starts rallying on pretty nicely. NQ was looking for downside into 25,128, but looking for the run to the upside and then drop off lower. So did deliver it pretty nicely, held the OB to this yellow area. Dow Jones obviously just delivered it the best, but it is what it is. It happens. We'll see what 10 a.m. does. If you guys are watching this market for the rest of the day, you want to see how we close below this candle or above it. So we'll pick the winners for this giveaway. We have 2 winners today, so we'll do anyone that comments the word YM. We'll do YM today because it was the better of the markets. So let's see. All right, wow, the chat froze again. All right, so Hamza won. That's our first winner. So let me get that. And then the other one is Rich Lass. So that's the 2 winners from the giveaway. I think Ethan's going live today, so you guys have another chance to try and win an account. But I will be live on Wednesday. Hope you guys were able to capitalize on one of these trades, and I'll speak to all of you on Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your day, and well done to the winners.